All right, buckle up for a deep dive
Oh, yeah, but
into a case that's really got the whole nation talking.
it's wild.
We've got a mountain of news articles, court documents,
Uh-huh.
even online discussions to sort through.
Yeah, we're going to try to unpack all that.
It's the story of Luigi Mangione,
Yeah?
a data engineer accused of something really shocking.
What really gets me about this one is it's so much more
Yeah.
than just another crime story.
Right.
I mean, it just seems to tap into some really deep fears about healthcare
Yeah.
and social justice and how easily narratives can just explode online.
Oh, okay. So let's break this down.
Yeah.
We're talking about the murder of Brian Thompson, the CEO of United Healthcare.
Right.
And Mangione just seems like an unlikely suspect
Yeah, totally.
when you first hear about it.
I mean, on paper,
Yeah.
this guy Mangione had a very privileged life.
Right.
I mean, he comes from this wealthy family in Baltimore,
Mm-hmm.
you know, the kind of family known for like philanthropy, success in all these different industries.
Yeah. I mean, he excelled in school, graduated as valedictorian,
Oh, yeah.
went on to study at, some of the most prestigious universities.
Yeah, like the best of the best.
So professionally, he was doing pretty well, too.
Oh, yeah. Killing it.
Working as a data engineer at a pretty well-known tech company.
Right.
So, how does a murder accusation even enter the picture?
Well, there's some weird pieces to this whole puzzle.
Yeah.
Like, for one thing, his family reported him missing
Oh, wow.
just weeks before the murder happened,
Really?
which suggests
Hmm.
there might have been some things going on, personally
Yeah.
that we don't quite know about.
Right. So we have this picture of a guy who, outwardly had it all,
Right, yeah.
but maybe had some stuff going on beneath the surface.
Right,
Okay, so then we have the crime itself.
right.
Brian Thompson, the CEO of United Healthcare, shot and killed outside a hotel in New York City.
In broad daylight, too.
And here's where it gets really interesting.
Oh, yeah. The murder weapon was a 3D printed ghost gun?
Those are so scary.
The untraceable kind, no serial numbers.
That's creepy.
And it's not even just the type of weapon that's got
Right.
everyone talking.
It's so weird.
The killer, allegedly Mangione,
Yeah.
left a message
Who?
on the shell casings.
Oh my God.
Delay, deny, depose.
Those are chilling words.
Yeah, it's chilling,
Very deliberate.
and it links the crime pretty directly
Oh, yeah.
to some of the controversial tactics that are used by the health insurance industry.
Yeah.
It's a pointed message.
It's terrifying.
And that message clearly resonated with some people
Yeah.
when Mangione was arrested
Okay.
at a McDonald's in Pennsylvania,
In Pennsylvania.
hundreds of miles from the crime scene.
Wow. Okay.
The public reaction
I
was,
bet.
well, divided.
Oh, I bet.
We saw online a surprising amount of support for Mangione,
For real.
with some people calling him a folk hero.
Wow. A folk hero. And this kind of speaks to the deep frustration
Oh, yeah.
that so many people have
I get it.
with the healthcare system. I
Yeah.
mean, there's this feeling that the system is rigged against them,
Absolutely.
that profits are put ahead of patients'
It's true.
well-being.
Sad but true.
He was found with another ghost gun
Oh, wow. So 2 ghost guns.
and a fake ID.
Okay.
Plus, the police are calling this handwritten document
Huh?
they found a manifesto,
A manifesto, huh?
which reportedly talks about the American healthcare system.
Right.
What do we know about the charges he's facing?
So this is where it gets tricky,
Yeah.
because Mangione is facing charges
Okay.
at both the state and federal level,
Oh, wow.
including like murder,
Right.
weapons possession, and
Yeah.
even, get this, terrorism-related charges
Real.
because of the whole ghost gun thing.
Wow.
And because of that federal firearms charge,
Right.
the death penalty
Oh, my God.
is a possibility,
Wow.
which obviously raises the stakes for sure, big time.
Okay, so it seems like the defense is lawyering up,
Oh, yeah, big time.
ready for a fight,
They're not messing around.
pleading not guilty.
Uh-huh.
And they hired this very high-profile, high-powered lawyer.
Yeah, the best money can buy.
It'll be interesting to see how their strategy plays out,
Yeah.
especially considering the whole manifesto thing.
Right. What does it actually say?
Right, what does that reveal
Yeah.
about his motives?
Yeah, was this planned?
Or was there something
Or did something happen,
that happened?
in that missing period
Yeah, that missing period.
that like pushed him over the edge?
Yeah, and speaking of that missing period,
Right.
what was he even doing
I know.
for all those months?
Right. Like, where was he?
Why disappear in the first place?
Exactly. So many questions.
So many unanswered questions.
Like a million unanswered questions.
And then there's this strange detail about his appearance in jail.
Oh, yeah. What about it?
Like how well-maintained he looks.
Like he's doing all right.
Yeah, some people are interpreting that as respect from the other inmates.
Interesting.
Like even maybe acknowledging his alleged actions.
Wow, that's crazy.
What do you make of that?
I mean, it's a curious detail.
It is curious.
It's weird.
And then there are these rumors about pressure
From
insurance companies.
Oh, wow.
On the prosecution.
Like they're trying to influence things.
Like, is there more to this?
Oh, that's scary.
Than meets the eye?
Yeah.
Are there, like, powerful forces at play here?
Oh, my God.
Trying to influence the outcome of the case?
That's scary.
And let's not forget some of the personal details that have come out.
Like what?
We know that Mangione allegedly suffered from spondylolisthesis.
Spondylo what?
And Lyme disease.
Oh, wow.
And that he had undergone spinal fusion surgery.
Oh, my gosh.
And he reportedly didn't have insurance.
Oh, no.
Through United Healthcare.
Wow.
So that adds another layer to this already very complex situation.
Yeah, definitely.
Could these medical conditions and his lack of insurance have played a role in his actions?
Possibly? Who knows?
It's hard to say for sure, but it raises questions about his state of mind leading up to the crime.
Yeah, was he desperate?
Yeah, was there a sense of desperation?
Did he feel wronged by the system?
A feeling of being wronged by the system?
Possibly.
That could fuel his actions?
Totally.
It's like this case is this tangled web of individual circumstances, social issues, a whole lot of unknowns.
A lot of unknowns.
And just to be clear, we are in no way endorsing any of the viewpoints or actions in this case. We're trying to lay it all out.
Yeah. Just trying to be objective here.
Objectively so. You, the listener, can form your own conclusions.
Exactly.
That's the goal.
That's what we're here for.
So.
Yeah. This is a crazy one.
This is a crazy one.
So many important questions about healthcare.
Yeah.
Corporate power.
Yeah.
Individual rights. The very nature of justice.
Exactly.
And as we dig deeper, it'll be interesting to see how your own perspective on this whole thing evolves.
I'm sure it will.
This is a wild one.
Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, it really makes you wonder, like, was this calculated? You know, was this revenge or was this just a desperate act?
Yeah.
Fueled by, like, total frustration.
And then there's that period where Mangione just disappears.
Right.
For months before the crime.
Yeah.
His mother even reported him missing from San Francisco.
Wow.
Where she thought he was living and working.
That's a big blank space in the timeline. What was he up to?
Yeah.
I mean, was he already planning this attack?
Right.
Or did something happen during that time?
Yeah. Like what could have pushed him over the edge?
And get this.
What?
Apparently he took a trip to East and Southeast Asia.
No kidding.
Right before he disappeared.
What was he doing there?
Right. Was it just a vacation? Or could there be something more to it?
Yeah, like it's weird.
It's definitely something investigators are going to be looking into.
For sure.
They're going to be picking that apart.
Okay, so we know he ends up at a McDonald's.
Right.
Getting arrested. But why Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
Why not stay in New York? Or like flee the country?
Right, exactly.
Like why stay in the U.S.?
It's weird.
Yeah, that seems like it goes against the idea of this like carefully planned out attack.
It does.
Maybe he was just like exhausted out of options.
Yeah, maybe.
And it's worth noting that Mangione had no prior criminal record.
Really?
This wasn't someone on law enforcement's radar. No history of violence.
So this wasn't like a career criminal.
Not at all.
This was like a successful professional from a good family.
Which makes his alleged actions even more shocking.
Right.
Right? Like, how does that even happen?
It makes you wonder.
It does.
Like, what could push someone to that extreme? You know, like, we tend to think of criminals as being so different from us.
Right, right.
But this case just, like, throws all that out the window.
Yeah, it really makes you think about those breaking points.
It does.
Like, what leads someone down such a dark path?
And, like, how much responsibility does society have in creating those conditions?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, at what point do systemic failures actually contribute to individual acts of violence?
Those are tough questions.
They are tough questions.
Big questions.
Big questions.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit.
Okay.
Talk about the public reaction to all of this.
Oh, yeah.
It's been pretty intense.
I bet.
You've got some people praising Mangione like he's some kind of hero, and others are calling him a cold-blooded killer.
Wow.
It's crazy.
It really highlights
It does.
how divided we are.
Yeah. On the one hand, you have people who are looking at this as a case about healthcare, corporate greed, a system that's failed them. They see Mangione as a symbol of like resistance against those forces.
Right, yeah.
And on the other hand, you have those who see this as a clear-cut murder case.
Yeah, it's just murder.
Mangione is dangerous, period.
Right, yeah.
No matter his motivations.
Regardless.
But it's hard to deny that this case has tapped into this, like, of anger.
Oh, yeah.
Frustration. That goes way beyond Mangione himself.
Absolutely.
It's a bigger conversation than just him.
We need to be having this conversation.
Yeah. How do we address those root causes?
Yeah.
Like, how do we create a system where people feel heard without resorting to violence?
Exactly. Yeah, that's the key.
And the online fundraising for Mangione's defense is a great example of this whole divide we're talking about.
Oh, so?
So GoFundMe shut down his page because their terms of service don't allow you to raise money for violent crimes.
Oh, interesting.
But GiveSendGo, this other platform, allowed the campaign to continue.
Wow. And it's been really successful.
Like, how successful?
They've raised over $200,000.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
It shows you how many people sympathize with Mangione.
Yeah.
Even if they don't agree with his alleged actions.
Right.
They see him as a victor of the system.
Yeah, I can see that.
And they're putting their money where their mouth is.
Absolutely.
To support his defense.
This isn't just about him.
No.
It's about a much bigger societal struggle.
And then you have these allegations of pressure from insurance companies on the prosecution.
Wow, so they're trying to influence things.
If it's true.
Yeah.
It really makes you think about whether justice can be served.
Yeah.
When these kinds of forces are at play.
Right.
Is Mangione being treated fairly?
Yeah. Is he just a pawn?
Yeah. Or is he a pawn in some bigger game?
And if he is a pawn, who are the players?
Yeah, who's pulling the strings?
The insurance companies.
Oh, that's right. The government.
Is this corporate influence? Yeah, is this corporate influence over the legal system?
We need answers to these questions.
Yeah, we do.
You need a system where everybody is treated equally under the law.
Absolutely.
Regardless of their wealth or status.
100%.
And we need a system that addresses the root causes of these problems.
Yeah, not just the symptoms.
Not just putting Band-Aids on things.
Let's go back to the crime itself for a minute.
Yeah.
The use of that ghost gun, that 3D printed ghost gun.
It's a big deal.
It is a big deal.
These weapons are becoming more common.
Yeah, and it's scary.
It's a huge challenge for law enforcement.
How so?
I mean, they're untraceable.
Right.
They're hard to detect.
And the fact that he was able to 3D print a silencer, too.
Oh, wow.
Makes it even more concerning.
Yeah.
Like, it allowed him to commit this crime with the level of, like, stealth and precision.
Yeah.
That would have been almost impossible.
Right.
With a traditional firearm. I mean, it's a reminder that technology, it can be used for good, but also for evil.
Absolutely.
As 3D printing becomes more and more accessible, we need to be prepared for the potential consequences.
100%.
We also need to talk about those words.
The ones on the shell casings.
Delay, deny, depose.
Powerful words.
They are powerful.
They're like a direct indictment of the insurance industry.
Yeah, like they're calling them out.
Totally.
For those tactics that some companies use to avoid paying out claims.
Right, like delay.
Yeah.
Refers to just dragging out the claims process.
Yeah, hoping the claimant will just give up.
Give up or settle for less.
Right, and then there's deny.
Straightforward.
Yeah, just refusing to pay.
Flat out.
Often citing technicalities or loopholes.
Oh, gotta find those loopholes.
And then you have depose.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Yeah, subjecting claimants to these really long...
Yeah.
Often intrusive.
Yeah, they get really personal.
Questioning.
Yeah.
Under oath.
Yeah. Trying to discredit them.
Yeah.
Intimidate them.
It's awful.
It's like they're kicking you when you're already down.
Exactly.
I mean, these tactics can be devastating for people who are already dealing with, you know, illness, injury, financial hardship.
It's like adding insult to injury.
It is. It really is.
They just contribute to this mistrust that people have towards the entire industry.
It's understandable.
It is understandable.
Given what they do.
And in this case, these tactics may have led to deadly consequences.
Wow, yeah.
Like, it's a reminder that words have power.
They really do.
The way we treat each other matters.
It has an impact.
It has real-world consequences. Like, we need to be striving for a society where everyone feels valued, and respected.
Yes.
Regardless of their health.
Or their financial situation.
A society where compassion comes before profit.
Yes, absolutely.
And where we work together to solve these problems.
Right, instead of blaming each other.
Instead of pointing fingers. It's just this whole case, it's like a giant knot.
Yeah, it's messy.
You've got the crime itself, the public reaction, the legal battles, these huge societal issues.
It's tangled up.
All tangled up together.
It really is.
It's hard to know where one thread ends and another begins.
I know.
It really is.
I mean, the thing that I keep coming back to is the contrast between Mangione's upbringing and his alleged actions.
Yeah, how do you reconcile that?
Yeah, like, this guy comes from a family known for giving back, for their philanthropy, for helping others.
Right, it just doesn't seem to fit.
It doesn't fit with the image of a cold-blooded killer.
Yeah, like his grandfather, Nicholas Mangione, built this incredibly successful business empire.
I mean, from nothing.
From scratch.
Yeah.
And the family owns a country club.
Wow.
A resort, even a healthcare company.
So they're like pillars of the community.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you have Luigi,
the grandson,
accused of murdering the CEO of a healthcare company.
It's bizarre.
It's like a total paradox.
It makes you think about nature versus nurture.
It does.
The complexities of human behavior.
Yeah. How does someone go from that kind of upbringing to allegedly doing something like this?
Yeah, it makes you wonder about the pressure.
Yeah, the pressure.
That comes with privilege.
Right.
Like, could he have felt entitled?
Possibly.
Or was he disillusioned?
By the very system that benefited his family.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
I mean, we may never really know.
I don't think we ever will.
What drove him to allegedly do this.
Right.
But maybe we can use this case as a way to start confronting
some uncomfortable truths.
Some really uncomfortable truths about ourselves.
About the systems we build.
And the consequences of our actions.
Yeah. This case has a lot to teach us.
One thing's for sure. This is far from over.
Oh, yeah. This is just the beginning.
The trial is still pending. And the outcome could have ripple effects on so many things.
It could change everything.
From healthcare to gun control.
Even how we view justice in this digital age.
And the whole conversation about healthcare reform that this has sparked.
It's not going away.
Doesn't seem to be slowing down.
No.
Like Mangione's actions, however extreme.
Yeah. Regardless of how you feel about what he did.
They've really put a spotlight
on all the problems with our current system.
Will this lead to lasting change?
That's the million-dollar question.
Will we actually see a shift
in how healthcare is provided in this country?
I guess only time will tell.
Time will tell.
But I think it's safe to say this case, this whole thing with Luigi Mangione and all the issues it brings up.
It's going to stick with us.
Yeah, it's going to resonate for a long time.
Long after the trial is over.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the case of Luigi Mangione, I want to leave you with this. Where do you stand on all of this?
It's a tough one.
Do you see Mangione as a villain or a victim?
It's not black and white.
Is he a product of a broken system?
Or a dangerous individual who needs to be held accountable?
I mean, this case, it's a powder keg.
It really is.
Full of ethical dilemmas, and there are no easy answers.
Okay.
It forces us to really examine our beliefs.
About healthcare, about justice, about right and wrong.
It's a conversation we need to have.
We can't shy away from it.
This case has exposed some deep cracks in our society.
And it's up to all of us to decide
how we move forward from here.
Tell us what you think about this episode. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.